Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to look at the most talked about players ahead of Gameweek 22, and I'm going to give a verdict on whether you should buy, sell, keep or avoid them. Bruno Fernandes is a player that FPL managers should definitely consider buying this week. The Manchester United midfielder has a current value of 9.9 million and is coming off of a strong performance, having been involved in 7 big chances since the restart, 5 of them having turned into goals. He is an easy replacement of the two premium midfielders who are slightly off form currently, De Bruyne and Salah. Despite being under 10% owned, he is one of the top candidates for triple captaincy this week throughout the season. Fernandes has a double game week coming up in Gameweek 22 facing Palace and Leeds at home, followed by a match away at Leeds in Gameweek 23, and then has favourable fixtures against Leicester at home in Gameweek 24 and Brentford at home in Gameweek 25. All these fixtures are relatively easy, and given his current form, he is likely to score well in these fixtures. He does not have any injuries or suspensions, making him a solid option for your midfield. Another player FPL managers should consider buying is Mitoma. The Brighton midfielder has a current value of 5.1 million and is in great form, having been involved in 6 big chances since the restart and as a result, 4 goal involvements. He is one of the most informed players in the league and gets into a lot of scoring situations. He has a favourable run of fixtures coming up, starting with a home match against Bournemouth in Gameweek 22, followed by away at Crystal Palace in Gameweek 23, and then faces Fulham in 24, and a tricky one away at Newcastle in 25, which may also get called off if Newcastle do advance to the League Cup final. But considering Brighton have scored the most goals since the restart, Mitoma is likely to do well in these matches. Another advantage of Mitoma is his price point. He is very cheap for his potential and form, and he can replace basically anyone in the midfield to free up the funds. Eddie Nketiah is another player that FPL managers should definitely consider buying this week. The Arsenal forward has a current value of 6.7 million and is in great form, having been involved in 7 big chances since the restart, converting 4 of them. Arsenal do have a good run of fixtures coming up, starting with an away match against Everton in Gameweek 22, followed by a double Gameweek 23 against Brentford and Man City both at home, and then an away match at Aston Villa in 24, and lastly to finish off Leicester away at 25. It is almost essential at this stage owning 2 Arsenal attackers, and it may not be easy fitting a second midfielder in because of alternatives. Nketiah gets you the second Arsenal attacker and allows you to invest in a non-Arsenal midfielder. His stats aren't too far off his teammates either. In fact, his 4.6 expected goal involvements is higher than each of his team's midfielders since the restart. He is an easy switch from the likes of Tony, Mitrovic or Martial, which does then allow you to get the extra man in midfield, not to mention he is below 5% owned at the time of recording this video, which means any points he does get will have a significant impact on your rank. Miguel Almiron is a player that Fantasy Premier League managers should definitely consider selling this week. The Newcastle midfielder has a current value of 5.8 million, and although he has been in good form in the past, his recent performances has been a bit underwhelming with just 1 big chance since the restart and converting it. Even though his fixtures do look quite good, he isn't in the same form as he was before the World Cup break. He does not have any injuries or suspensions, but it is better to move on to better options elsewhere. I would recommend considering players like Mitoma, Rashford or Mahrez, who are all in great form right now, as alternatives for your midfield. Kevin De Bruyne is a player that FPL managers should consider selling this week, despite his strong reputation as a midfielder. He has a current value of 12.5 million, and although his fixtures and underlying statistics look good, his recent performances have been a bit underwhelming. His teammates have been struggling to convert his created big chances into goals, and his points return have not been as consistent as we would have liked. Another reason to sell him is that it takes a lot of your budget, and it may not be worth it to have him as a part of a 2 premium team, especially when there is an option of Kane in attack who is much more consistent with points. My best replacement for him in the short term is Bruno Fernandes, or in the long term is Saka. And that's it for this week's FPL video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more FPL tips and analysis. As always, we will be back with more insights to help you climb the ranks in the Fantasy Premier League. Thanks for watching and good luck with your transfers.